Welcome back to the Rally Cry Collegiate Series presented by the Army National Guard. We just got finished with our first series of the day. It's Cobra, it is Rob. Now we're getting on to our second series. Rob, how are you feeling so far?
We watched two really good games. The first game was close until obviously it wasn't, but there was a lot learned from both sides in that game. And then we saw in game two, I was worried that Kansas City wasn't going to be able to really change up their game plan because they were kind of stuck in a rut in game one, but they did. Jumped out to an early lead, but the Jets, the Jets were able to come back, kick that game-winning field goal after being down 14-0. So we can only hope in the next round that we can have two games or three games that were just as exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. And luckily for us, we are going to continue to kind of follow this journey along. Lukestep, who you just saw as the Jets, is going up against Jordooo, and Jordooo has been a common name on these streams. We've seen him quite a few times. Excited to actually see him yet again. I believe we have Jordooo as the Bills. That can obviously change, but that potential matchup, the Jets versus the Bills, something that we see quite often in the NFL. What do you make of this kind of matchup?
Yeah, we've seen exactly what the Jets are about with Luke Step, which is you're gonna have a heavy dose of Hall all day, every day, and it could be a 76-yard run here. It could be a 5-yard screen. You just never know. It could be up the middle. Showed to be a dynamic game player. Has Hall for the Jets, and you still have Aaron Rodgers to lean on when it's not going. So I think that sounds like an excellent opportunity to be able to score points. And if you're on the Bills side, you're looking at Stephon Diggs, being able to get him the ball as much as you possibly can. You do have in the backfield, you are going to have one of the brothers that are here in the NFL. You're going to have one of them used to play for the Jets, and now he actually plays for Cook. But Dalvin Cook, his brother, is actually playing for the Ravens now. And I'm forgetting his actual brother's name that plays for the Bills right now. But it's the other Cook, the younger, dynamic, touchdown scoring Cook, is playing for the Bills.
Yeah, absolutely. So we can see a lot of running here, and I feel like both of these players like to establish run. Jordooo in a few of these games as well likes to establish that, likes to really create turnovers on the defensive side as well. But they will be getting started again. The Jets will kick it away. So Buffalo will be starting this one off on the offensive side of the ball.
All right. So let's see what we are going to be able to do when it comes to keeping this offense in check. Um, if you can keep Kansas City in check, maybe you're doing pretty well. So, and both of these teams have seen Kansas City already, it appears.
Yep.
so, definitely want to see how the momentum of this game starts in the beginning. So, we're going to have Allen in the shotgun to start. The Jets playing defense, and this is the same defense we saw before. And there you go, Cook starting early and often with a 7-yard run.
We'll huddle here, and they're going straight into the next play as they not giving a lot of time for that defense to adjust. Bunch trips on the right side, and will be Allen going back. Gabe Davis, maybe a little bit of a miscommunication there, just a little bit behind the receiver. That will lead to 3rd and 3.
Yeah, and this is where the Jets want them. 32-yard line-ish.
Yep.
3rd and 3. Let's see what you can do. The Jets are not going to be scared. And you see this is a complete miss. Oh my goodness. Complete miss on defense. Nobody guarding Shakir. And this is going to be a touchdown, a long touchdown against the Jets. And this is something that we saw in that first game where Kansas City was able to exploit some of these matchups, get these long touchdowns in, and they have continued their tradition against Buffalo.
Absolutely. Khalil Shakir. I mean, when we talk about this Buffalo offense, we always talk about Diggs, as it should be. Stephon Diggs is one of the premier NFL wide receivers in the game currently, but it feels like a lot of times that leaves so many opportunities for a Gabe Davis, for a Shakir to get their looks and find their space on the field because of how much attention Stephon Diggs brings. And now you kind of see how that can, play a part in how this Buffalo team attacks you.
Well, and we know that Gabe Davis is no slouch by any
Yeah.
means. There's been games where he can get you, 150 yards and a touch. So,
Yeah.
just like you said, this is how this offense is built. If you want to key in on Diggs, go for it, because we really feel like having Cook in the backfield and these other options, as well as the feet of Josh Allen, are able to do a lot on offense. So now Rodgers and Hall to try to get this thing started. And we saw this play before, remember? We saw this one.
Oh.
But it looks like, what are they going to call here? So this is the problem with this play. So for everybody at home, you are not allowed to have your defense or your offensive lineman just go down the field and block just anybody when it's a pass play. So in that, what happened there, you had an illegal man downfield. They ended up passing the ball, and so they're going to get the penalty.
That's one of the risks that you run with having those read option plays where it can be a run or it can be a pass, and sometimes those linemen don't quite know what happened until the play is over, and they just kind of manage to find their way downfield. Good completion there to Hall yet again, who's getting some of the first looks receiving here in this game. First down for them. And again, quickly, this Jets offense moving right back up.
15 yards in the air is great, and Hall finding some more room to run. This one's going to go to the left for 3. But you're going to see a lot of Hall. The Jets have seen that they are going to be patient. They want to try to just, again, if you give them Hall all day, that's exactly where they'll throw it. There seems to be some room in the middle here, but this is going to go to Cobb. We've seen a lot of sideline work from Cobb in the last couple of games. But the Jets are not taking the foot off the gas.
They're not, and a really great adjustment there on the audible. You change the route, you put the player in motion to kind of find a different amount of space on that route. A lot of changes here for Raj as well. Awkward snap. They'll go to Conklin on the right side. Ooh. Nice move, and they will stay up, even though the player dove at the ankles of the tight end. They're able to keep on going, get a few more yards. Another first down for the Jets.
And let's see if we can get Hall in the flat here. He is going to be covered. Makes it real nice, easy pass to Lazard. And this is just a methodical drive. Nothing looking, too spectacular, except, hey, let's just do some pitch and catch right down the field.
Yeah, absolutely. It would be quite a sight to see this offense operate as efficiently as they did in the previous series, but this feels a little bit more like that marching down the field, taking what the defense is giving you. And right now, the Jets are doing a great job of manipulating that defense and just taking that open space that is available. 2nd and 1 here. Options on the right side, but looks like Rodgers is going to be eaten up here. Ran out of time and space, and a coverage sack here. 3rd and 7.
Yeah, that was just a mistake. Rodgers wanted to run it, but for some reason wasn't able to get turned into a running back right up the middle because it was wide open. So by the time he was able to essentially be the running back, he was caught by the defensive tackle there.
Ooh. But will not be caught there. That will be Wilson. 4th touchdown, that right side. Caught him right off of the break. Not a lot you could do. And it will be the Jets to respond. That's the PAT. That should be good. All tied up at 7.
Yeah, and Wilson is another dynamic player on this offense. So if you can continue to feed the ball, down low to your running back, but also have Wilson over the top, this is going to be a very formidable Jets offense. You just have to make sure that you don't make some of these little mistakes where you're trying to turn Aaron Rodgers into Patrick Mahomes or turn him into Josh Allen and pretend he's some running quarterback because he's not. But just get him back there, let him hand the ball off, just act as the point guard, and not try to do something too crazy.
Screen here to the left side. Davis takes it for a few. 2nd and 6. And no huddle offense here for the Buffalo Bills. They want to take a look at the line. Again, punch formation on the right side. Cook off to the right as well. Allen in shotgun.
Yeah, and you can see this is a zone defense, so there's going to be a spot open because there's a couple men on the other side. But, oh my goodness!
I mean, Diggs, that is exactly why you have a player like that on the field. Feels like that is a kind of reception that not every receiver can make. And Diggs is the kind of player that will go up at the highest point and snatch that ball out of the air. End of the first quarter as Buffalo's getting things rolling.
Yeah, 7-7 after the first. Both teams did what they were supposed to do on offense. So now that we've gotten a little bit comfortable with each other, let's see what this second drive gives us.
Just entered Jets territory at the 49-yard line. Allen dropping back between the right side in a little bit of trouble and just has to toss that one aside.
Yeah, great throwaway. You know, didn't try to do something silly. And if you can continue to just avoid rookie mistakes, you just turn that into an incompletion, try again.
Bunch formation on the right again. Cook on the left. Again, a little bit of pressure, and that will get home. Allen just able to at least release that. It will be an incompletion, but now
wow.
3rd and 10 here.
Definitely looked that that was going to be a sack. You've got to give it up to the Jets defense being able to use their control, being able to play man-to-man across the middle all the way so that they could get home on Allen.
On the left side will be Gabe Davis, I believe, on the right in that slot position. A lot of changes, and again, there will be pressure, but they will find the open man. It will be Cook down that seam, and that's where the pressure came from, and they attacked it directly.
Yeah, Davis on defense, who's being user controlled, just didn't know where he was supposed to go and was just lost the running back. So we're going to continue to see this if he's going to be able to target him, because right now there's another. This time he picked them up, but he didn't pick them up all the way. Oh, my goodness. As soon as I said he didn't pick them up all the way, ends up almost throwing the interception.
Yeah, great play by the user there. Really continuing down that path, and I think that's actually the same play that we saw the touchdown on earlier. Instead of going to Shakir, went to the other receiver and was read the entire way. Davis almost came up with that interception. And, you know, Buffalo's an offense that's known for taking risk here, and that is going to be a calculated one to Shakir. Their second down the seam. It's 13-7.
Yeah, and we know that this is a vulnerability of this Jets defense. We saw it multiple times against Kansas City in the last round, and now they flip Shakir on the other side and able to take advantage.
All of the points are being scored, and quite explosively, might I add, by that Buffalo side. The Jets, a little bit more calmer, slower, tempered approach here, but now an opportunity to respond.
Yeah, 4 minutes and 15 seconds. They can just continue to do what they do. This hasn't been the Breece Hall game just yet. But yeah, let's just see what they have before I make too much of a bold assessment as to what they're supposed to do.
I'll plan for 5 yards on the right side on that punch formation. Again, no huddle for either of these teams. They're not taking much time to actually call out the play. They want to get back to the line. They don't mind changing it. A little bit of pressure, but we'll find Hall. The right side makes one miss, and we'll get to the sideline and gets yet another first down.
Yeah, and they're finding that just doing these smaller routes to Hall is essentially, a running play for them. They're not just taking him right up the middle as much as they did before. They're just maybe not finding as much success. But either way, getting the ball into 20's hands is what the Jets want to be doing.
Left here, quick screen, has a little bit of room to work. Lazard will make the most of it down the field. Only Hyde can stop him, but it will not be in time. The Jets will score yet again.
You don't normally see these huge plays coming off of these screen passes, but the Jets have been doing a great job of putting that out there. Lazard just really wasn't even touched. So you know that was the perfect play against that defense. And now we're 14-14. Nobody has stopped either team on offense. So now the Jets are going to have to say, look, we stopped the Chiefs a couple of times. We got to be able to stop the Bills.
Well, and it really only takes one mistake on either of these sides. Both of these defenses are well equipped to be able to do that, to force a turnover, to pick off a pass. But it really could be one mistake on either of these offenses to change this game. They are going to go on the running play, but that is read the entire way. Penetrated through the backfield there, and now it's 2nd and 14.
Yeah, and 2nd and 14 doesn't really scare the Bills. Most of their pass plays have been for like 20 yards, so if they complete it, they know they'll get a first down. But for the Jets, let's just cause some havoc. Oh, unfortunately, the wrong havoc.
Another wonderful move, and just, quickly beating their man off of the line, and quick recognition here from Jordooo and the Buffalo Bills, and now they are at the 25-yard line looking to score here.
Yeah, I think on the Bills side, they're just trying to find the best way that they can take advantage of this user control on Davis in the middle. If that means that you're going to be able to get these slot receivers just essentially wide open because the linebacker's trying to pick up somebody else, great, they'll take it. It doesn't have to go to Diggs, doesn't have to go to the running back. Just give me the plays that score touchdown.
Another run for Cook here, 3rd and 6. And the bunch formation, they will change it up and now switch to the side of the play. Heavy on the left. I'm still not happy with it. Now, drops back on someone over the middle. It is Diggs. And they just find the space, and they will cash in yet again.
Yeah, poor Davis had no idea where he was supposed to go. And when that ball was hiked, you saw him go to the left, go to the right, but it just was not guarding anybody. So you've got 21-14, Buffalo on top, but they haven't been able to stop the Jets either. So this could be one of those games, like you said earlier in the first round, who has the ball last? Who wants to go for 2? Who wants to be the team that takes the first risk to try to get ahead in this offensive shootout?
Well, we have a minute 30 left in this game so far, and the second quarter is upon us. Still plenty of time for this Jet offense to make something happen. Formation on the right side. Rodgers drops back on the move, but under pressure, and is not going to have any choice but to throw that one out of bounds.
And Aaron Rodgers today is 8 of 9 for about 149 and 2 touchdowns. So we know that he can toss the rock around. That's definitely not something that is foreign to him, but it is foreign for Hall not to have, getting these handoffs from the backfield and then being able to run. Oh, that's just right up the middle.
Yeah.
Just wasn't blocked.
Yeah, and that one is an interesting one because you see Hall was actually sent out on a route, chose not to keep him back to block. He would have been assigned to pick up that blitzing defender. Instead, sent him out to the left side for a quick route. It wasn't going to be quick enough, and that blitz was not picked up by the offensive line.
Yeah, 3rd and 19. There's not so many plays in the playbook that you can go to with that. Ooh, you thought the same thing I did. That was going to end up being picked, but this is going to turn into maybe our first punt, maybe not.
It doesn't look like the punt team is being sent off just yet, and they are not on the field. 4th and 19, and this is plenty of time for Buffalo if they get the ball back to really do some damage. So this is a huge play in this game.
Yeah, definitely wild. I think, if it's me, you want to try to at least look at this.
Oh, wow.
Against the grain. Completes it. This is why they are in this tournament and we aren't, because we might have punted it.
Yeah,
but the Jets are like, nah, no big deal. I got this.
And again, credit to Lukestep, who's really trusted that offense and trusted Rodgers to really be able to make a throw like that. There wasn't a lot of openness, but extended the play enough in order to give them an opportunity. Now, working quickly, Hall may have a little bit of room. Will they be able to outrun the pack? No, not quite. And that'll be their first timeout used here to save some clock time here. Only 24 seconds left.
Yeah, and this is a really good part of the field for the Jets, being on about the 28-yard line, 29-yard line, to have enough space to call all the plays that they want. They still have 2 timeouts, so they can still run this ball. Like, they just have to they have to be careful here. You just don't want to walk away with nothing. You need to get at least a field goal here, but Buffalo hasn't stopped them at all, so they feel like they can still get a touchdown. And Hall falls down instead of trying to get the touchdown. They use the timeout, 19 seconds, first and goal.
Yeah, really wanted to secure that catch there and a little bit behind, so want to just make sure they take that advantageous position, even though there was an avenue for the touchdown there, but they have plenty of time. They have a timeout as well. Wouldn't be surprising for them to go to the ground, but it does look like they want to put this ball in the air. Trips over to the right side, tight end on the left. All lined up on the left as well. So some changes on the line. Snap, Rodgers back. A lot of traffic, has someone in their face and has to throw it away again.
Yeah, very smart play. I mean, a lot of other players might have tried to force that in there somewhere, but they have 14 seconds. They still have a timeout. They can still run the football here. So don't be surprised if you see, anything in the playbook here is available to them.
Formation here. Options in the middle of the field, and it's going to be Hall. He is that man, and it is going to be a tied game here pending the PAT.
And this is just pure guts from the Jets. To be able to go for it on 4th and long and then convert it into a touchdown, and I want to say it's the perfect touchdown, but it's close to the perfect touchdown, only leaving 10 seconds on the clock for your opponent to be able to do something with this ball, and you would hope that you can play defense for 10 seconds and not give up a field goal.
Yeah, absolutely, and it does look like Buffalo at least would like to run a play here. Not a ton of time, but they do have 2 timeouts. They have to be quick, and a lot of ground to cover. They cannot waste a lot of time looking for something, quick across the middle or looking towards the sidelines here.
And the Jets are not playing prevent defense so far. I mean, they've got safeties down. They're still bringing Davis, so they're willing to give up something long. But can he keep? Like I say, I don't think the offensive line was going to be able to hold that for that long. So now you've got 5 seconds, and they've got to figure out, what kind of risk do you want to take.
Now we see the prevent here, and this feels very much like a Hail Mary situation here. The timeout not going to help you with only a few seconds. They'll run this one out, get a few yards, and maybe a little bit of room, and that got scary for a moment as Cook was dancing and diving throughout the defense, but eventually brought down, and we get to halftime all tied up at 21.
Yeah, this has been pretty much the game that we thought it would be, which is lots of offense, not too many defensive stops, and but second half, we're going to see what kind of changes, what kind of adjustments can both of these teams get. They just need to get one stop. It can be an interception. It can be just a normal turnover on downs, but somebody's got to do something. They've got to take a risk, because if you just keep going up and down the field, I mean, it's kind of random at that point, but the Jets can take the lead here and maybe be able to get the Buffalo Bills to do something that they don't necessarily do, which is turn the ball over.
Rodgers starting off this one again, that close right formation. Hall will take the ball, a little bit of room to work, and will manage to make a 6-yard run look oh so dazzling here.
I do like it.
Kind of bouncing off.
I mean, getting back to that run game, up to this point, Buffalo's only allowed 21 rushing yards. Last game, Hall had like 165 at half. So the Jets want to get back to what they do, but that is one of the reasons they haven't been able to. Big number 40, shutting it down right away.
Von Miller right there, and we known for their pass rush, but they can throw it down in the running game regardless. Now it's 3rd and 6, Not necessarily out of Jets' wheelhouse there. Rogers will change the play, shortening where that rightmost receiver is, putting them in the slot, running back on the left side. Back as an option across the middle, but cover. That one could be dangerous. And they're just going to throw that one out of bounds, 4th and 6. And, you know, some might say punt, but I feel like you're not going to see the punt team this game, maybe.
No chance that the Jets are going to punt. If they were going to go for it on 4th and 13, they're definitely going to go for it on 4th and 6 on their 29. But this is a chance for the Bills to step up, get that turnover, and really turn this game on its head, because the Jets have been hoping that they would be able, once they got the ball back, take the lead, and now they've got their backs to the wall.
Options middle of the field. Conklin will hold on to it. 1st down. And it is always, you look like the smartest one in the room when these kind of things work out for you.
Yeah, you definitely do. The drive continues for Aaron Rodgers and the Jets, using a lot of this valuable clock. We're at less than 3:30 now. And I would love to see them just keep running this ball. Like, let's just hold it. Let's just keep this ball for the whole quarter and see what Buffalo can do next time, and then we get the final drive.
Like, they're taking a little bit of your advice here, Hall, with a few more yards. Again, just looks so comfortable here. I mean, yeah, we've seen a few plays where Buffalo is kind of really, taking them out before they get to the line of scrimmage, but they keep going back to it, they keep finding success to it, and that keeps allowing them to open up more opportunities later down the line. Rodgers has a wide open man, will throw it to Wilson, who will make one miss. Now only one defender left to beat. Won't be able to get past him, but that'll be a chunk of change and more here for the offense.
Yeah, the Jets are really leaning on that arm of Aaron Rodgers, and for good reason. Super accurate, able to make the right decision so far, and then you can go right back to number 20 and really punish him. But they're going to go with a screen. Not too much there, but that's okay. We're sub 2 minutes now, and I think the play here is, let's just use this clock. Let's be the last ones to have the ball when we go into that 4th quarter.
I think they'll be happy that they dominated most of this quarter here.
Oh, bad drop.
Yeah, unfortunately, just a little bit out of reach. They really tried to kind of rush that throw quickly to the running back. Thought they had a little bit of space. Unfortunately, not able to connect. Now it's a little bit dangerous. 3rd and 12 here. It doesn't feel like they would settle for a field goal, considering how effective they have been on 4th down. See how they play this one. Bunch formation again. This has been a favorite of this squad. They really like working with that tight end on the right side. There's receivers close in the slot. Rodgers for an opening. That is going to be into traffic. Oh! And Cobb won't be able to hold on to it. And it is 4th and 12. And does the offense stay on the field for this, or do they kick it?
I could have swore I saw them choose field goal, and they did.
Kick is up. It will be directly through the uprights, and points on the board, but in a game that has been back and forth, a huge stop for Buffalo.
Absolutely mammoth stop for Buffalo, because they have not been able to stop the Jets all game. Now they can take the momentum, take it right back, because look, nobody stopped the Bills at all game, and we've seen that they can run it, they can throw it, they can do all of the things you need to do to be able to keep putting touchdowns up. And we're going to see if Davis, this linebacker that's being user controlled, can continue to make good decisions.
Okay, Davis finds a little bit of room on the left side. Good throw, good catch. Allen right now 8 for 13, I believe. And really, again, finding a lot of space. And like you said earlier, playing off of the user, deciding, and that was great coverage there on the user-controlled Davis. But now playing away and finding other spaces in that zone.
Yeah, they're still, they want to get a pass rush on Allen, and so they are bringing a blitz. It's just hard. There's just so many different places that Buffalo's been able to go with this ball, and they haven't been like one-dimensional. They've been able to run it. They've been able to pass it, go long, go short, use the middle of the field. I mean, So really good play calls from Buffalo.
Allen in the gun. Backs up, has a clean pocket across the middle of the field. Here, with a little bit of space, is again one of those routes where you have two receivers kind of in the same spot. Diggs just a little bit further downfield. Finds some more success as we get to the end of the third quarter. Cook looking for some room outside. It will be denied there as we get to the final quarter of play here.
And look, the Bills shut out in the third quarter.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just a function of them not getting the football. But just want to say, there's a goose egg, and there was not a goose egg previously.
Yeah, well, it feels like a tale of two halves here, where 21 points put up by both sides in the first half, and now a much more possession-focused game where only 3 points scored in the quarter. Buffalo have an opportunity to maybe punch one in on this drive, but total points will be much lower in the second half of the game. Allen into the end zone, and that will be Shakir. And immediately at the start of the quarter, they find that seam route, they find the go, they find the points.
This play that they've been running to Shakir has been working over and over again, but they've been able to flip it to each side, which was a little bit different than what Kansas City was trying to do, where they were always trying to run it to the left. For Buffalo, they've now had success on the left and twice on the right, and have shown that they are ready to just unleash that whenever, and that has been a real cause of concern for the Jets. So, now we're looking at 4:57. Can they run 3 minutes? Can they run 4 minutes off the clock? We're going to see.
Right now, the crowd is rumbling here as the Jets will have to respond. Down by 4. Hall has been the man of the moment. Ran into basically a wall here, and God is letting him here at 2nd and 10.
Yeah, I mean, Hall only has 23 yards rushing, so that is a huge change from what we saw in the previous games. So Buffalo doing something very, very right. Aaron Rodgers going all the way back, trying to find his way so he can throw this ball away, but needed to make sure he was out of the pocket so he didn't get intentional ground.
And those are long developing routes, and kind of waiting and reading what those safeties are doing. Didn't like it and just kind of held on to the ball. 3rd and 10, and it feels like this drive has to be a victory here for the Jets. Otherwise, this could go south very quickly here. Rodgers steps back, has options downfield, and we'll throw it across the body. White's there.
Oh!
White won't be able to knock the ball out, and what a reception there.
Aaron Rodgers has decided to take over this game. Him and Cobb, old teammates out in Green Bay. If this Randall Cobb, I mean, is that? I'm assuming that's the right Cobb, right?
Yeah. Yep.
But able to do that, and now you go back to Old Faithful. Up to 31 yards, not his norm, but able to get 8 yards after a huge play. Aaron Rodgers to Cobb.
And it's kind of interesting how this game is operated in the reverse. Typically, you run the ball to open up those passing options, to open up that play action. Instead, now we're getting these passing plays that are kind of softening up that front 8 of the Buffalo Bills. And now Hall might have a little bit more room to operate here. Safety coming in from the side will stop that one. And that's going to be 3rd and inches there. I could have sworn they got past the line.
Yeah, that looked like a bad spot. Now, granted, 3rd and inches shouldn't be too much of a problem. This is actually kind of helpful for the Jets because it allows them to run off even more clock here. But they go with something a little bit different. That was that screen pass to Lazard again. They scored that long touchdown on. But the Jets are up to 304 yards passing now. And that was that quick hitter. And they were looking to just get it all right there.
Well blocked play. We got exactly what they needed off of that one. 1st and 10. All to the outside. Looking to cut back in. Bounces off of the defender. And only will pick up an additional yard here in the 2-minute warning. This game is flying.
Yeah, I'm loving this ball control. where there was a thought that maybe the Jets would score and then the Buffalo Bills would end up having the ball last. But right now, it appears you got 2nd and 9. Buffalo still has all 3 timeouts, haven't used them. I would assume that they would start using them now. But, you know, we might test them. We might get this ball to Hall, try to see if we can get 5-6 yards, and maybe make Buffalo use a timeout. Jets still need a touchdown.
Yeah.
Oh, but there's that first down. Will they call a timeout? We'll see after the 2-minute warning.
Now that 2 tight end set. And there is the timeout. You see it.
Wait, what?
From Buffalo.
Why would there be a 2? Why would Buffalo? What?
Not
They
sure.
had a 2-minute warning. I'm
2-minute
confused.
warning already went
Oh, that's going to
through,
be
and
that same penalty again.
Yeah, that is going to be an illegal man downfield, and that's unfortunate because we've seen how successful that play can be, but does not work out there. 1st and 15. It might allot them a little bit more room here, but not a lot of time has gone off the clock. Rodgers under center. And it's going to be to the right side, and that corner is starting to crash down on these plays. And again, we'll stop Breece Hall in the backfield. 2nd and 19. That will be a timeout again for Buffalo. They are on their last timeout. They are going to try and ensure that they get a lot of time on what could be their last possession.
Yeah, 2nd and 19. You're going to hear the crowd starting to get loud.
This is basically having to go for the touchdown here.
Nobody
Rodgers
blocked
under
him.
pressure. Not going to be able to get that one off. And now they are forced to go for it. They cannot kick this one away.
Wait, what? Isn't it 4th? What did I miss here?
That was 3rd. Wait. Wasn't that just 3rd and 19?
Yeah.
Wait, did the... Well, we're going to think about what we missed there as, you know, maybe just a group experience of either deja vu or something, but that pass to Conklin, pass 1,
What
will
a
get
stop.
knocked down, and that will be 4th and 4. Final Buffalo timeout here, and the game will hinge on this for the Jets. I mean, this is basically you get the touchdown or you lose the game.
4th and 4 on the 5-yard line. They still can get a first down if they get to the 1, but this is as a nail-biter as it gets right now. Can Buffalo get one more stop and win this game? They have no timeouts. So the other issue here is if they don't score and they get this on the 1, you're in deep trouble.
Right. Movement here. Rodgers in the gun. Wouldn't be brave enough to run it here, even though they've had such success. Snap, middle of the field.
Whoa!
Wilson is there. They hold on to it. The Jets will take the lead.
Absolute stunner for Buffalo, who have been playing great defense, but now they're where they want it. 1 minute, 29 seconds, down 3. They have the ball. This is what you ask for. You've got plenty of time. The Jets have 3 timeouts. You have none. But all you have to do is get in the field goal range, and this is very, very doable for Allen and the Jets. Allen and the Bills.
Opportunity here to tie, obviously, for Buffalo, but not having the timeouts does present an issue. So they're going to try to be working to the sidelines. They're not going to really be able to run the ball. The Jets should know that. Lukestep should be aware.
He's going to run right in
here.
Ooh.
Allen, the worst thing to do is probably to take a sack at this point in the game. Has to throw it away.
Absolutely, positively cannot take a sack here with no timeout. 2nd and 10. Allen's having a great day at the office. 4 touchdowns today. But you've got a long way to go, my friend, and the sideline is your best friend. So they're going to bring that blitz right up the middle. He doesn't see it. Oh!
And it's a big sack, 3rd and 21. That drains so much time off the clock. They're going to get under a minute. It's going to be a 14-second runoff for the no huddle. So that's why you're seeing the clock just run down. And I don't know about you, but the routes that I'm seeing are taking way too long to develop, and they're not towards the sideline.
This is very strange,
Diggs.
but there we go. Diggs with the
Oh,
move!
Diggs! No one's there! He's going to keep on going. It's the 20. It's the 10. It's going to be running out the clock. The touchdown!
What an absolute stunner for Diggs to come up with that catch, and then pulls a little Deshaun Jackson running along the goal line before running in. But now, 30 seconds. Can the Jets get a touchdown?
That PAT is huge. It makes it impossible to tie with a field goal. They have to get a touchdown. Luckily for the Jets, they have not used any of their timeouts, so they will get an opportunity here. It has been done, but this has been the battle of who has the ball last. We thought it would be Buffalo. Now it appears to be the Jets, and now they are going to be looking for the winner here. They have much more options with those timeouts. It doesn't limit their playbook nearly as much, even though Buffalo made it work. Rodgers routes back. Conklin will get to the sidelines. They save that timeout. 2nd and 7, though.
342 with 4 touchdowns for Aaron Rodgers. So with 29 seconds left, you can say he's warmed up and ready to go. This has not been the Breece Hall game. This has been all old man Rodgers doing what he does.
Buffalo cannot give up anything over the top. All will go out. No one in the backfield here. Snap. To the right side, look for something across, and instead we'll just throw that high and out of bounds. 3rd and 7, 34 seconds left. And they have to get a chunk of change, a few yards here. Otherwise, it's not going to look great for them. Rodgers back. Across the middle of the field. It will be caught and held on to the timeout. Coming quickly here, 20 seconds left.
Small window for Aaron Rodgers to get that pass in there. 20 seconds. You are still in Hail Mary range right now, so even if things go completely haywire, you can still maybe get this to the end zone. But you'd love to get 10 or 15 more yards, obviously, to make it a more reasonable throw to the end zone.
Momentum going against Rodgers here. He has to move, has to throw that one away, and unfortunately not able to be protected there. Only 16 seconds left. See the momentum. This is a new thing in Madden 24, but the check down, the away team quarterback has trouble seeing deeper receivers, the adrenaline, that's the crowd getting into it. And that is something that affects these players, affects the Jets here, and with time ticking down, will they be able to overcome this?
Yeah, Buffalo's been doing a great job of getting pressure.
Oh,
ooh, nobody home.
Now it is 11 seconds on the clock. And they're on their own 49. They have 51 yards to go. They need a big chunk play. They probably have 2 plays left at max to get to the end zone. Rodgers back, has time across. There's a defender. Oh, and just knocks it out. That could have been gained there, the interception, but instead will be knocked down to the ground. 4th and 10, 6 seconds left. Probably have 1 play left, maybe 2 if they just go for the first down, but right now you might be boxed out of getting an opportunity here.
Yeah, they're going to go ahead and go with the pause, and thought they might make some sort of small adjustment there. So we're going to see what's going on in that game, but man, talk about nail biter.
Yeah, I mean, that is the kind of game that you'd love to see and expect. And just a reminder, folks, that's game number 1. So this is the final play here. We can still look forward to a ton more action, but we'll see who comes out victorious here. Prevent defense for Buffalo. They don't care about the first down. They care about the touchdown. Let's see where they go.
Right,
it's going to be
down,
caught by
fall
Compton.
down,
They have to go
no!
down. The timeout. It's going to be out of time. They're not going to be able to get another play off. They just could not get to the ground. And it will be the Buffalo Bills. It will be Jordooo who comes out victorious in this game, number 1.
That hurts so much because that's exactly what they needed, was just that quick first down, be able to fall down and then maybe just get one toss to the end zone, and they were unable to do that because for some reason they couldn't get the animation to get the guy to go down and be able to finish that off. So instead, it looks like, well, that graphic is not quite right, but because the Bills definitely won 35-31 in a nail biter where the Jets were not able to get that final touchdown in.
Yeah, and it's such a heartbreaker because those passes, those, I say 10 to 15 yard passes, those kind of middle range passes are what we needed earlier there from the Jets. Instead, they tried to take a few chances downfield. Rodgers didn't quite have enough time, so threw the ball away and just ran out of shots towards the end of that game. But again, just game number 1. This is a best of 3. And I feel like what we're going to see from both of these teams is we're not going to see a huge change from how they presented this game, how they presented their offense and defense. I mean, maybe defensively they would have a few things to maybe try to adjust on, but I feel like the game plan is very similar offensively for both of these teams.
Yeah, and I think both teams feel, pretty good about what happened on offense. I think the Jets feel just more bad that they couldn't stop Diggs on that super long pass at the end, where this is something that just shouldn't happen. This is not a breakdown that can happen at that point in the game. And I'm sure that the Jets feel like if you play 9 out of 10 games, play 10 games 9 times, that's not going to happen. So that was a very small percentage chance that this long touchdown was going to go by. And then on top of that, on the last play of the game, I'm sure they feel the same way. If that happens 10 times, 9 times the guy gets down and you call a timeout and you're able to have one more shot at the end zone. But I mean, they don't really have anybody to blame but themselves because they did have an opportunity to score a touchdown, had to, fall down on that field goal, which basically presented the situation as is. But Aaron Rodgers, huge game. Jared Allen, huge game. It was just that what we saw previously from the Jets offense, which was a very, very strong running game, was definitely not present this time. So they still have that in their pocket when they're going to game 2, and we could see more of that.
Yeah, absolutely. Game 2 right around the corner. But just quick mention about who is presenting this Army National Guard, who has been so gracious as to grace us with their presence here again. Any of what we said earlier, any of the part-time service, if any of the opportunities to get education benefits are of interest to you, make sure you go and check them out at nationalguard.com. Do more for yourself and for your future. But we are going to get into game number 2 here. And right now with how well that game 1 went, I am expecting nothing less for game number 2.
Yeah, we are playing in Washington, home of the Commanders, very random stadium for 2 AFC East teams, but fair, neutral turf. But we're going to have Buffalo with the ball first, and we've seen that having the ball first usually means you're scoring first. I think every single time whoever had the ball first did score a touchdown.
Yeah, absolutely. And I honestly would love to see if Lukestep and this Jets defense can scheme up a way to stop some of these long passes that are kind of cutting through their defense here. They haven't really been able to stop Josh Allen from finding his preferred targets, as we do get a delay of game penalty here, as I believe just like the adjustments of kind of optimizing the playbook and setting up everything will not be accepted. Just a little bit of gamesmanship from both sides, I think. But Buffalo starting off in this bunch trips formation, tight formation on the left side as well, but they will move out, switch to play over to the left side. in the gun.
Now, this is a little bit different from the Jets. User controlling Bernard Converse. Let's see if he keeps with that, because that is going to be your safety. That is your deep man. Oh, as soon as I say it, huge play.
That is incredible. Pick 6 to start off for the Jets. And I think a little bit of a combination of what both we were saying. We're expecting them to make an adjustment. The adjustment from the user on the safety and sniffing that one out looked like they were reading that the entire time. Found the perfect moment and took it back for 6.
Absolute genius on the side of Lukestep. And where we criticize, we also have to give credit. Being able to control the safety there, jumping in front of that pass, and getting 7 on the board is so essential here, because we saw how close the game was last time.
All right, well, that one started early, literally 7 seconds of game time clock run down, and already 7 on the board for the Jets. First pass here to Gabe Davis, who will get a first down with that one. And no huddle. This team operates quickly. They read the defense. They change it at the line.
You still see him back on Davis now, patrolling the middle of the field. This does pick up Cook a little bit late, so that's going to go ahead and make sure that should get the first down there.
I hope that's not a one-off change. I mean, we saw how deadly that was being on the safety, and Davis in the middle of that field does have so many responsibilities of where they have to cover, doing well on the defender, but not able to keep up with the receiver, Shakir. Getting a chunk of yardage there, 24-yard reception there at a Buffalo Bills first down.
Yeah, and he was just a little bit late there. Not much you can do. Speed is killer.
Yeah.
But no matter what happens, the Jets still have this touchdown that they got for free and can still play defense and try to get ahead of the teams with 2 scores. So would love to see them be able to try to score again, and this is going to be a deep one.
Davis gets through on that seam route, and again, working from that same formation, and they just keep finding those looks, and those chunk plays eventually lead to a score.
Yeah, look, this is a Buffalo offense that can score anytime. We've seen it, and they've been able to score from pretty much anywhere on the field.
Yeah.
To be able to get that quick pick 6 is very nice, but the Jets still have to do something on offense, and if they can continue what they were doing in the first game, which is basically just running up and down the field, they should be fine. But will we see more Hall this game, or will it be more of the Aaron Rodgers having to throw it 25, 30 times?
Yeah, that's a great question, because Buffalo made a conceded effort to not take Hall out completely of the game, but truly limit the player and their effect. And Rodgers doing what Rodgers does and kind of making up for the absence of a run game here. But you'd like to have multiple ways that you can attack this Buffalo Bills defense.
Well, this looks like it could be a run play if it's the same one that they were running in the first game, and it is. And they're going to take Hall right up the middle. And this is the bread and butter of this Jets offense, is to be able to let Hall choose where he wants to go here. If they want to bring 3 and tighten that up on the defensive tackles, great. They'll bounce it up in, then they'll take it right out like that. And they'll take that all day. That's easy pickings for them. They don't really even have to adjust much here. But they want to force these linebackers towards the line of scrimmage so that they can go over the top to Wilson.
Again, more movement, and again, this very familiar formation here. One play to the right side. Blocking will net them just a few yards. 3 yards on that play. 13 in total here for Hall.
You can see. I was going to say, you can see this is a concerted effort to make sure that they get this running game started early. Control the clock. They know that they're up a possession, and they've seen that Lazard also was a very, very big target for them in that first game. Had a couple of screen passes, one that went all the way to the house. But controlling the clock is very important, and it seems like the Jets are better positioned to do that. And I know that they wish they would have done it more in the first.
First and 10 from the Jets 46. A pass play, options right side, right corner. That could be intercepted, but it is knocked down instead. Tried to take a chance there, did not pay off.
Dangerous, but it didn't have to pay the piper on that one. 2nd and 10. Let's not forget about Hall. I mean, Hall has gotten you this far. I would love to see him get this ball some more. Let's punish them right in between the tackles and see what we can do.
All on a wheel route. They will be going to him, and they'll hold on to that one. And even though that's one of those routes where if you're a receiver there, you're kind of looking at your quarterback sideways, thinking, you almost got me killed there. Just having a safety dive basically to get that tackle.
Yeah.
Screen to the right side, only 2 yards there, 2nd and 8.
Yeah, and this clock is still running. I mean, let's take our time. We're at 25 seconds. There's no reason to be trying to push this tempo like this when we know that this is going to be a possession-by-possession game. And this is another Lazard screen. Oh! But 21 breaks that up. That definitely looked like that was going to be able to go all the way, but it's possible that the field conditions kept Lazard from accelerating to his fastest he could.
Yeah, Boyer, that is a touchdown saving play. Literally the last defender there breaks that block, able to stop that attacking play. We do get to the end of the first quarter here, and a much different start to this half. Only 2 touchdowns on the game, one of them on the pick six at the very beginning of this bout here. Jets, they're slowly marching their way down the field. Opportunity for them to take the lead here if they'd like.
Yeah, and this is one of their favorite formations, that they start here, audible it out, and they can see that they're going up against another zone formation. So I would imagine, again, that they're going to try to get this into Hall's hands. They do have advantages up front, and they're going to take advantage there.
They really like running with that 2 tight end set on the right side, that strong side of the formation. And then again, like you said, letting Hall kind of choose their lanes, that zone read on the inside. And it's something that Lukestep has been so comfortable with, running and waiting for those lanes to pop up. They've had a lot of success, and right now, again, no timetable for when they really need to score. They can take as much time as they'd like to really get the play, get the look that they want. Pressure, Rogers left side, and they will have Conklin move to the right. Big man moving, and that'll be a first down.
Yeah, and that's what they're seeing. If they see man defense, they start running these drags, and that's perfect because it's really hard. Oh, my goodness. Oh, what a move! Oh. Hall on the board with a touchdown, finally hitting pay dirt with it. But that was a more classic Jets drive that we saw in the first couple of games in the first round, where it was really spearheaded by what Hall can do and letting Aaron Rodgers take advantage of that. But Hall just did it all that drive.
Yeah, absolutely. It looked absolutely incredible there. And again, just the control of knowing that we saw Rodgers have an absolutely insane game, number one. Now, Hall having the kind of impact that they're having in this game, it allows you to kind of attack however you'd like. Cook, not to be outdone, trying to get some of that same impact on the other side.
Yeah, that time he user-controlled Adams, so switching it up a little bit and left a little bit of a hole in the defense there. So Buffalo was able to take advantage of that side, and now he's still kind of roaming around. Wasn't able to cut off that pass, get his hands up on that one. So couple good plays to start for the Buffalo Bills here.
Lone receiver to the left side. Should be a run play, and it will be well read by that defensive end. Look, not really given any chance to start up there.
Yeah, 2 minutes left in the half. Jets doing their best to try to keep this to a field goal. But we are going to get the 2-minute warning. And it's weird because I'm still really impressed about the play design and the play choice for Buffalo. They've been able to really keep the Jets guessing as to what they're going to be able to do. See him controlling Adams, double teaming up, but was left the middle wide open there.
And this is just Diggs doing absolutely everything there. Diggs actually got tied up with the defender on the break, still able to make it up with the speed to kind of get into a position to catch that. Will run that down the middle. Will be tackled for a loss there, slightly behind the line. 2nd and 12.
Yeah, great guess on the defense to be able to get in there and it not be a play fake. You see Adams. Oh, no. That's that same play up the middle that the Jets are super weak to. And that go from the slot receiver almost has always been a touchdown against the Jets. And we've seen that now for 3 games.
Absolutely. And you kind of saw it with the user maybe recognizing slightly a little bit late. They were following a route across the field on the left side and recognized where the space was. Unfortunately, not able to close the gap. And we are tied up less than a minute here for the Jets. And this is a spot that they need to take advantage of, is scoring at the half, being able to then score on their opening drive. They did not score on their opening drive, I believe, in the last game, or they only got a field goal, I believe.
Yeah, and right now it's not even, they don't necessarily even need a touchdown. They definitely need to score something because they are getting the ball back, but this is where getting that pick six early is super helpful, because if they can go down in 59 seconds and at least get a field goal, they can then get possession going into the second half. And if they score a touchdown and make it a 2-possession game, and then probably take that to the house and win with that. Whoa, boy! Aaron Rodgers, stomach and tummy not feeling good after having a grown man hit you right there in the stomach.
Yeah, that haven't really ran too many passes from that 2 tight end set. We've typically seen them run the ball in that formation. They go back to it here. Still have a few timeouts, still a little bit of movement. 2 wide receivers on the left side. Final changes on the line, still plenty of time.
Yeah, if you're the Jets, whatever you can do, you cannot not score. Oh, what a pass to Wilson!
Yeah, just finding that seeking route and really put on a dime. Any lower and that might have been tipped up, may have been intercepted.
I'm not really excited about them doing the no huddle and getting that clock run off there when they have 3 timeouts. That seems. Oh no, a fumble and a recovery!
Absolutely cataclysmic here for the Jets. Don't use the timeout. They run the no huddle on Hall, who's been consistent. That is a user strip on the tackle. And Buffalo recovers, and now they have an opportunity. They have all their timeouts as well. 20 seconds left.
I mean, that's just so random and brutal. And it looked like his knees were down on top of that. So that is definitely one of those, I just can't believe you did this to me, Madden moments. Oh, did he? Okay, no, that did not get completed. Woo!
It didn't get the feet down there, and maybe the Madden gods kind of rebalancing the scales a little bit. But 15 seconds left. Buffalo, no need to use the timeout due to the incompletion. 2nd and 10, and they would love to come away with this with points. Anything on the right side. Options there. Could throw it to Knox, but unfortunately, it'll be tipped away. A wonderful play by Sauce Gardner, who, typically on an NFL Sunday, you're calling that name quite a bit. You don't want to even throw that direction typically.
Yeah, he's going to get that Dion treatment. We're just not going to do much on Sauce's side of the field if we want to be successful. But this is going to be Timeout, 4 seconds. Going to be able to try to put up a field goal here.
This would be quite a distance. Right now on the 43-yard line, this is going to be a heck of a kick. What is this, 60-something yards maybe?
Ooh, it's up. Oh, easy money
And
for the
it
Bills.
is going to be good. Goodness. What a kick there. And that's why you pay them the big bucks. 17-14 as we get to the end of the half there. And they'll be happy with those points. And a costly turnover here for the Jets. Have an opportunity to get it right back as soon as this kickoff gives them the ball.
Yeah, definitely astonishing for a couple of reasons. But, yeah, getting that fumble like that, it just feels bad. I mean, it's pretty random when you're playing Madden that, you do end up getting a fumble, especially, when you're not getting, like, destroyed on a hit or something like that. That was pretty much of a routine run and tackle as you get. But the Jets still only down 3, able to take the lead here.
Run here, but had a little bit of daylight, but the defensive line able to stop him. Again, just no huddle. Quick back to work here, the Jets.
And this is a very different game than last time. Aaron Rodgers only has 79 yards passing. So maybe you end up seeing them go back to what they were doing before. Oh, there's a blitz. And that's another close one.
Yeah, Rodgers tried to get that to, I believe, Hall was the intended receiver, but just not able to step into that throw, not able to get over that blitzing player.
And he's not seeing that blitz very well.
No.
It is working, especially when he's just literally just beelining to the quarterback. I mean, that's should be the first person you check to make sure that he's not coming, but that is not something he's been doing. Does have all the time in the world and a great pass. Lazard makes a move. Can he get past Hyde? No, but he's still going to get the first down.
And just found a little pocket of open space in the middle of the field, sat right down, and easy read here for the Jets. And then they'll start about half field, 47-yard line, run here for Hall. They'll get about 5 yards on that carry.
The Jets still feel pretty good here. Granted, they would have loved to have been in the lead right now, trying to push us up to 2 possessions. But they were able to get that pick 6 early, in case you're tuned in now. So they are still in this game, still can take the lead. It is 3rd and 5, almost guaranteed that it doesn't really matter. They are going to go for it. Ooh, big hit there, but holds on. The Jets on offense have shown that they can pass, they can run. But the big thing is that they've not had a game where they've really done both. They've just like, hey, this game we're going to run, this game we're going to pass. And so far, this has been the running game. So we'll see if Aaron Rodgers kind of flips a switch to get them back in this.
Waiting for a target to open up. Rodgers running out of options and decides to safely throw that one out of bounds. 2nd and 10 here. It felt there like Aaron Rodgers really wanted a shot down towards the end zone, but some of these long forming plays, the defense of Buffalo have really kind of shut these passing lanes down quite a bit. Looking for a move. We'll get close to the line. 3rd and 1. And this could be a big play. You want to come away with a touchdown here and not just the tie.
I would be shocked for this not to be a handoff. Oh, and I am shocked, and he doesn't get it.
This feels like 4-down territory. We know how aggressive Lukestep was earlier in the previous series. Haven't had many opportunities for this specific kind of 4th down, but 4th and 1. You go with Hall, you go with a quick passing play. They've been known to use these screens.
This play tells me that it's supposed to be up in the middle run, and he is going to fall short.
Wow. Turnover on downs as they're stopped short of the line Buffalo will take over. And
As
that is a huge play.
yes, as bad as it can get for the last two plays, to not be able to convert a 3rd and 1 and then a 4th and 1. I mean, this is that Marshawn Lynch treatment. You're supposed to just give the boy the rock twice in a row to get that 1 yard. Instead, you kind of mess around on 3rd down, and then on 4th down, you get a little unlucky. And now, a game that we thought the Jets would have been able to be up 2 possessions are now down by 3, and it's Buffalo that's looking to go up 2 possessions now. Oh, no!
Oh.
Isn't able to make it count. Oh, no!
Oh! Cook, with all the room in the world, made everybody miss, and now we'll get the touchdown from the outside. James Cook with the stone-cold stunner.
That is what you call from the top rope there. Is able to get through 3 defenders, juke them all, break the ankles, safety nowhere to be found to be able to stop that one. And now 2 possessions up for Buffalo, everything going right. They are partying out in Orchard Park.
Jordooo feels like just Mr. Big Play here. I mean, anytime the offense needs a little bit of a jolt, there just is some play that gets them into that scoring position. That one, I mean, outside run felt like it was good for a few yards, maybe 5 to 7, but all of a sudden turned the corner and put on the Jets, and just no one able to bring them down.
Well, we've seen this. Let's not even talk about the team. Let's just talk about what Jordooo has been able to do, okay? So this is one of those things where his ability to get on the sticks and make people miss is really just next level. He did that with Diggs to get them out of a huge hole in game 1, and now with Cook just being able to just clean it up, take it straight to the crib. I'm very impressed with the stick skills for Buffalo here.
Oh. Rodgers hit on that play, and it'll just sail high over the wide receiver there. And, you know, that turnover, all of a sudden, it's just such a gleaming thing. When you think about it, I mean, you know, down by 10, still something that can be managed. But you have to have a successful drive here, and it's all on Aaron Rodgers and this offense to make it work. For someone right side, that's a little bit of room. Conklin has a first down and plenty more, and that is great recognition there from Rodgers.
Yeah, the Jets really want to get something done here because it was, you know, they didn't convert on 1 yard, and then before that they had a fumble. So the 2 drives of 0 points. They don't want to have. Oh, you saw what I saw. You're like, oh my God, don't let that be a little high.
Yeah, that was a triple coverage. I think that eventually it was 3 Bills just lying in wait, ready for any kind of tip ball or overthrow. But Hall with some room and a quick response. Jets are not out of it yet. That was probably as clean of a drive as you can have, and you know, still for Lukestep to have the confidence and really the memory of a goldfish. Just go back to the game plan, gets right back into the fray. Late on the PAT, but should be a 3-goal deficit.
Yeah, and we are now, put your 4 up on your hand because it is the 4th quarter. Every quarter saw at least 2 touchdowns. And now it's going to be, all right, Bills, you were in this. It sounds like we're repeating ourselves, but in the last game, very much the same idea where it's like, okay,
wait,
we're going for an onside kick.
Onside. This rarely works, but
oh my God,
he's got it!
No
chance. It is in the NFL, that is such a small percentage chance that works out, and to do it this early, Lukestep didn't even want Jordooo to get the ball. He decided to go at the beginning of the 4th quarter, and now Hall, a little bit of room, wants to juke, making a few people miss, and they have the ball. What a gamble.
Lukestep has got some, I don't even know how I can say this, but that is some guts because
Yeah.
there's still a lot of time left, but he's seen how his defense has been playing against Buffalo, said, I'm going to surprise him. I'm going to go for this onside kick. I, on a stream, have never seen an onside kick recover.
Yeah, I cannot remember the last time I've seen it actually pan out. I mean, it's so difficult to, I mean, there's so many factors, so many variables that have to work out in your favor. And again, it was almost no time taken to choose that.
Mm-hmm.
Seemed like they kind of knew exactly what they wanted. Wilson, good catch, maybe some
you-
yards
what a
afterwards, a few moves, and a little shimmy and shake out of bounds. We'll get the first down, and the Jets are cooking.
Just when you thought the Jets were dead, just when you thought everything had gone wrong for them, this was the end of their tournament, they surprise you with a touchdown, an onside kick, and now en route to possibly get another touchdown. That one's going to go over the head of Hall, I believe. But now you've got Aaron Rodgers with a little bit over 200 some yards passing. You got Hall involved. Now you've got this two-dimensional offense so that the Buffalo Bills can't just sit back there and just decide, hey, we're just going to take this away and just go about our business. They've got to be able to respect both sides. So this is still very much a Jets game.
2nd and 10, fourth quarter. This will come back out here from Lazar. Oh, no, it was actually knocked out by the defender. And that is 3rd and 10. Lazar just couldn't hang on, and that is big. That's going to put a lot of pressure on this play, on this 3rd down, to make this work.
Well, and this is going to be a decision for the Jets, too, because, I was going to say, if he doesn't get this, which he doesn't, it's 4th and inches. They didn't even hesitate. Going to go right for it. I thought there could have been a thought maybe you kick a field goal, but nope. They need 6.
They're feeling lucky. It will be Rodgers looking middle of the field. Lazard will hold on to that one, looking for more towards the goal, and it will be on the 3-yard line. Jets, 1st and goal.
Stunning. They have 3 plays that were about a yard or less, and 2 of them were passes. That is commitment to your playbook and knowing exactly what you're capable of.
That's going to be called. Huge hole there. And Hall will get another touchdown for the Jets. They do take the lead with a PAT. This will be a 4-point game, meaning Buffalo will need a touchdown to take the lead.
And Buffalo has to be shocked. They just have to be. They started the game giving up that quick pick 6, and they fought their way back. We're up. Now they're down 4 after a random onside kick that you could have never guessed was coming. But you still have to be able to keep your bearings, right? Like you got to. Yeah. This is why these players are where they are, because they're not going to go on tilt. They're not going to get rattled here, but it's definitely a situation where I could respect someone saying, hey, look, when he got that onside kick, I was a little rattled, but they're just right back in the office. And Cook, we know that he is a big play waiting to happen.
So back to it here for Buffalo as Cook slow to get up there. 2nd and 4. In 2 minutes, they do have to that ball before the 2-minute warning, but we will get to it here. Final 2 minutes of play. Remember, this is a best of 3. If Jordooo takes the victory, it will be over. He will have moved on to the final spot and qualified. But if Lukestep takes it, we have one more game in store.
Yeah, who is going to battle Noah up next in the final? Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, big play.
It was there.
It was there. I think just kind of ripped that pass a little too much. Wanted a little bit more of a touch pass. Shakira, I believe, who was the intended receiver, had a ton of space to work with. And basically, green for days. Doesn't work out. 4th and 3.
That's that money play. that's been good against the Jets the entire time and just missed it that time. And even if the Jets don't convert here, they have 3 timeouts. If they can hold it to a field goal, they can still go ahead and score and win this game. And there's the blitz. Davis with the catch.
Wow. What a conversion there in the face of pressure, but makes a quick decision, finds the open man, and will get the first down, continuing this play. I mean, they set the house there.
It just feels like deja vu from game 1 where the Jets have Buffalo on their heels. Buffalo just able to just keep pushing, and this time they're going to lose 2 yards, but Buffalo having this ball to end the game, and the Jets not able to get a defensive stop. But 2nd and 12 at midfield. They have to have a touchdown here, but Buffalo they still have this money play where they can get this go to the slot receiver if they can get it completed. Ooh, what a pass right in the pocket of Diggs.
4 people around him, and no one can keep Diggs away from getting that ball. Buffalo 212 yards of passing. Diggs 3 receptions, 83 yards. Not a ton of touches, but a lot of impact on these plays.
Almost 30 yards a catch. No big deal for Mr. Diggs.
Allen in the gun. They're going to go for the win. Diggs left side. Gets it to go. It will be the touchdown. Stephon Diggs puts the Bills in the lead.
Diggs with the dagger again. Nightmares for the New York Jets. It is almost a repeat of game 1, but this time the Jets are going to have much more time on the clock, and they only need a field goal in order to tie it up. They've got 41 seconds. They have 3 timeouts. We saw that they are capable of easily getting a field goal, but if they play their cards right, can they get the touchdown and force game 3?
Yeah, I mean, both of these games have delivered in different ways, but very similar result. All on Lukestep and the Jets to get these final points, whether he wants to go for the win or whether he wants to go for the tie. I feel like Lukestep's the kind of player that is just thinking touchdown right now and will begrudgingly settle for a field goal. Pass across, Wilson up, gets the catch and holds on to it. Timeout used there, and only 4 seconds drained off the clock, and a big chunk play.
And that's great because we saw the Jets do something like that before where they went to the no huddle and they burned off like 13 seconds.
Yeah.
So learn their lesson this time. Use those timeouts. Still 2 timeouts left. 42 seconds.
Taking their time here, really planning out what they're going to do.
All right, 36 seconds.
This Jets team, they have to be patient with their shots. They do have those timeouts, so they don't have to go all the way down the field. This could be good. Get out of bounds, and they will manage to do so. Again, only 4 seconds off the clock, 95 yards. They'll take that every day.
Yeah, Buffalo is letting them come down the field, not even having to use the timeouts. So they still can use the middle of this field. They only need about 10, 11 more yards to make this a difficult but makeable field goal.
Saw a 60-yarder earlier. Definitely possible here. That is an open man. Wilson. I mean, that was a huge play there. There were defenders beyond that, defenders underneath it, but just finds the perfect placement for that one. Letting the clock run down. There's no timeout here. There we go.
Yeah, I was actually really surprised that. So first of all, I was surprised that Buffalo didn't just take a timeout right away to hopefully be able to get this ball back. But then as it starts running, it was like Jets were like, wait, Buffalo's not taking a timeout? Oh, guess we better use ours.
Yeah, maybe a little too excited after the call and just forgot about clock management for a moment. Will be a cross opportunity. Wilson can't hold on to it. That was put into a bunch of traffic here. And 2nd and 10, 10 seconds left. You run another You probably got one more play before it's safer to just kick it.
Well,
what are you looking for here?
Yeah, we saw this. This is literally what we saw last time, except they needed a touchdown. They only need a field goal, so you're going to take this. Has got to go to the end zone, in the end zone only.
Woo! Oh, that is
that
completed.
On the 1?
That's on the 1 yard line.
Oh my! Now you've got a decision.
Left.
You have no timeouts. They said we're going for it.
Yeah.
You look at Hall. You look at yourself. You look at Hall again, and I swear to God, this is literally that Seattle Seahawks Super Bowl against the Patriots, where it's like, first and goal. If you're going to go for this and you don't give it to Hall, you deserve to lose. You can't. You don't have enough time to go for anything else.
You don't have enough time. Well, it'll be interesting. There's a lot of thought going into this play call.
And this is not their money run play. Their money run play is when you put 2 wide receivers on both sides. But they are going to be in the eye. And they throw it to Wilson!
Oh, it's to Wilson! Everyone prepped for the run. Instead, they'll go to the left side. They'll throw it to their playmaking receiver. They'll take the lead. The PAT, only 3 seconds left. That is basically nothing for Buffalo. And what a play call there.
You have got to be kidding me. This is one of those calls where you have to give all of the respect to Lukestep, because if it doesn't work, you're not going to hear the end of it.
Absolutely.
But huge call. Hines is going to go ahead and ship this one back to Diggs, but he's going to get swallowed up. And the Jets are going to hold on after getting that pick 6 in the beginning of the game, having 2 drives that ended in turnovers, but still going to pull it out with an onside kick, and then a end of the game touchdown where they have no timeouts. They go ahead and throw it instead of handing it off to Hall. That was just an unbelievable call.
Incredibly gutsy. I mean, I think we've talked about it, how it's just like, how many ways can we talk about brave in the face of adversity here, where there's so many calls that could really go either way. And we said it's like, if it goes one way, you know, you're going to be hearing about it. You're going to be blamed for maybe making the wrong decision. But I mean, Lukestep, I feel like he needs to, go to a casino, maybe hit one of those machines, the slot machines, because right now this man is just exuding luck on the field right now.
The onside kick call was just something else. And you said it best. Luke is playing brave. He is playing out of his mind. He said, look, if I lose, I lose, but I'm going to lose with everything that I've got. I'm going to have everything come out of my pockets, every play in the playbook. I'm not going to say, man, I really, really wish I would have used this play or I would have done that. So going into game 3, there might not be any more surprises left in his bag of tricks, but you never know, because Luke has shown that he is resilient and was able to get that pick 6 earlier in the game by controlling someone that he, through all of these games, has never controlled. So hats off to him, and we'll see if in game 3, Buffalo, because again, Buffalo easily could have lost game 1. Let's be real here. Diggs, with that long pass to convert that into a touchdown, could have not happened. This could have easily been a 2-0 for Luke. So now it's anybody's game in game 3. So I would tell you to guess who you think is going to win, but it has been so back and forth that I think you'd be hard pressed to pick someone.
Yeah, absolutely, because realistically, when we talk about the luck on one side, this was, I think about the onside kick as very unconventional luck. Like, that is a play that works. I think there was a NFL stat, at least recently, with the new rules and how everything changed. It was like a point something percentage chance.
Some very low percentage.
Very low percentage chance. That works for you, where in game number 1, the Buffalo Bills don't have a great chance to win this, and then Diggs makes an incredible play down the field. A little bit of a defensive lapse where it's like, okay, like, that makes sense, but in terms of which one's most likely, I don't know. I feel like we've seen a very interesting thing here with Lukestep as well, where Lukestep is someone who wants to win and lose on their own terms,
Hmm.
and that could be a very dangerous player to play against. I'm sure Jordooo will be thinking about time on the clock. I'm sure that he'll be making the adjustments, and this game 3 is where you would expect to see these wrinkles, to see the changes on both sides. If there's gonna be any, we are going to expect it here in this game 3.
Yeah, and Buffalo feels, I'm sure, some sort of way as well because of that interception to start the game. And had they not given that up, maybe they just close it out. So everything is available.
Yeah,
I would love to see Buffalo run a little bit more, control this clock a little bit more, and not give the Jets this opportunity. But they've been so successful in offense, minus that one pick six, that I really can't say too much. I like how they exploited like user control of Davis a lot and being able to move things through his zone and confuse him a little bit. But yeah, just keep doing what you're doing and just try not to have a big turnover and don't lose to an onside kick. I mean,
oh, look downfield, and again finding just a little bit of that space. And this consistently has worked. We've talked about this specific play down the seam where they just found that little bit of space. They keep going to it, they keep throwing, and now they throw a play off of it, and Diggs finds a little bit of space, a little bit of room, and it'll be a touchdown off of just a few plays to start off the game. It is Diggs for 6.
yeah, this is what we're saying. Like, I don't want to critique the Buffalo offense too much because they've just been doing it. Like, they just have
3 plays for 74 yards. Yeah, they've been doing it.
So, it's just a matter of, like, how can you not get unlucky, right?
Yeah.
Like, just don't let the Jets do something wild. And granted, the Jets have also got unlucky because the Jets did have, like, a random fumble when it was towards the end of the game. But still, Buffalo's offense has looked spectacular. It's just a matter of, like, on defense, they haven't really been able to get any interceptions, even though Rodgers was throwing it quite a bit. They did get that one random fumble. But can you just get a poor turnover? Can you bury the Jets early? Can you make this 14-0 and put some pressure on them to not run the ball? That's what I want to see.
Meanwhile, the Jets, who last time we saw them at the beginning of that game number 2, they had a very structured approach, very diligent on their first possession, where they were marching down the field, they were taking what the defense gave them, they were dedicated to the run, and it looks like they will keep that up. Paul get close to the first down, 2nd and inches here, and for as successful as they have been running the ball, the Bills have not been able to find any answers to really corner this player.
Yeah, the Jets, when they see that you're running this 3-4 defense, and then you're going to have to try to bring in your edge rushers to the interior, that is an advantage to the Jets, because if you're going to try to put defensive ends on, these big mammoth men on the interior, that is a strength and run blocking advantage that the Jets are going to just take all day long. If this was a game that wasn't 5-minute quarters, they would just run right up the middle every single time and just have their way up the middle. But they aren't able to do that this time, so they do have to go to the outside every so often. But, like, these are just huge opportunities for the Jets just to run it, smash mouth.
Absolutely. Just an update, quick penalty on the play. It was encroachment on the Bills. It happened so quickly, if you blinked, you may have missed it. But still, same result.
And look at this. When you're running this zone defense, you've got defensive backs who aren't even playing football right now. Like, they're not even in the game.
Sticking to their zone, and they don't really move to their spot until the play starts. And it gives your receivers a big advantage to get that running start, get their route early. And this is something that we've seen. I mean, I feel like on both sides that we've seen the quarterbacks take advantage of. Rodgers gets hit. The ball actually bounced off an offensive lineman's helmet, I believe. It stayed up for a bit, and scary few seconds there if you're a Jets fan. Second and 10. To pass the ball, option right side. It will be Wilson. First down, and will get it on the 9-yard line. And again, the hurry-up offense does not stop.
Yeah, and this is exactly what the Jets want to do. Be able to get that first drive, be able to run, be able to pass, do a little both. Don't let them just keep keying in on one thing. And you've got Hall getting this to the 4-yard line.
Hall is running like a madman right now. Again, just breaking tackles, just doing so much after contact as well. Second and goal options here in the middle, and they will make it work. Breece Hall will get the first touchdown here for the Jets in this game.
All day. Yeah, this is
all day.
There's so much room in the middle of the field when it comes to Hall being able to find these running lanes. He's just a dynamic running back, and the offensive line is doing their job.
EAT is up and good. And now it'll be Buffalo to respond here. Still plenty of time in the first. We're still waiting for that defensive wrinkle, that defensive turn in this game. And really, I would love to see what Buffalo's defense comes up with, because we did see it was a user strip fumble, which is incredibly timed, especially on a player like Hall, who has been so dominant here. But would they be able to recreate that? We don't know. Buffalo's offense has been so consistent. See if that comes up at all later in this half.
There's the blitz. He's going to be able to find Davis wide open. There's just really no pressure on Josh Allen. He's able to go back, essentially just pick apart the defense every single time. And, that's just not a winning formula normally. Ooh.
That one was close there. The receiver kind of covering that underneath zone almost picked that one off.
And that was our guy who had the interception on the first play previously.
Allen moving around formation. Bunch to the other side, on the left side. Lined up left of Allen as well.
I would assume that this is going to be something that's going to go to the seam. We've got Davis one-on-one.
You there. Diggs goes up for it and cannot hold on to it. That looked like it was in Diggs' hands.
It definitely was in Diggs' hands and was not able to bring that one down, but that was kind of telegraphed from the very beginning. Linebacker on Diggs, but Davis actually was not completely burned there. But I think he wants to go right back to this and maybe show, instead of a go route, show something that goes across the middle to get Davis off of him. And that's exactly what he did.
There will be. But Diggs doesn't see the pass, doesn't get their hands up, and will actually hit the helmet. And that almost feels, that almost feels like a real life, NFL quarrel between Diggs and Allen.
Yeah, we're going to have problems after that.
Yeah, they're going to have problems. There might be some words said on the sidelines, but 4th and 10, Buffalo, they want to go for it.
And this is another streaking route for Diggs right up the middle. We'll see if Davis recognizes this. He does. But they go to the other side with it.
And well timed there. The safety was waiting to really dig their heels in and jump that route, but it was placed right before they would get a hand on it. Cook, now a little bit of space, a couple to beat, cuts back to the middle of the field, and just shy of the first down here. 2nd and 1.
I love this look of having Diggs basically just, but the defensive back comes in with the blitz. I was saying I really like this look because Davis has to peek over at 14 before he gets to do anything else, which can really open up the run game, but also gives you this kind of stuff to Knox. Last time it didn't work, but I think this is really what they want to do. They want to put a little bit of pressure by making Davis think, where do I have to go immediately? Do I have to guard Diggs, or am I able to, assign to him this part of the field? But I think right now, you'll see he has to cheat over a little bit, wants to be deeper, but if he goes too deep, it's going to be just wide open for 14.
Another rush here. He's getting a lot of work here. 2nd and 6 as we start the brand new quarter. Bunch formation. Taking this team instead goes to Cook, who makes a move. Will make a move into the end zone. The Buffalo Bills will get a touchdown here, take the lead.
And you've got Buffalo doing it all right so far. Had the sack, obviously not ideal, but they were going to be able to come right back, keep with their game plan, still really punish the Jets around the hash lines. And the Jets have just got to try to be consistent. I just think the Buffalo offense has been way more consistent than the Jets. The Jets have been playing with a little more gusto, a little more, we don't care what happens.
Absolutely, and right now, they'll get another opportunity here. Still have not seen, that change in terms of like whether we see a stop defensively, whether we see a defensive turnover that leads to kind of a change in rhythm for these teams. If it's just these offenses going back and forth, we're going to get a very similar game to game number 1. Rodgers in trouble. That's going to be a little bit too high for the receiver, Conklin, to get a hold of, and pressure gets to Rodgers and disrupts the timing of that route.
Yeah, I'm surprised that not any one of these throws where there was somebody in his face has fallen in bounds where a Buffalo defender could maybe possibly get their hands on it. Like every single one has gone out of bounds. So the Jets can feel lucky, but that's still something to keep an eye on. And even right now, I'm looking at on the left side of this field, we've got 3 offensive players and only 2 defenders. And
goodness, that was close. The receiver I thought he was going to was actually the one on the out route, a little bit more open space. Instead goes with the one crossing the middle of the field, and there was a defender that was sitting waiting for that ball to basically land in their hands. Lazard swipes it from him.
Yeah, and this is a play that the Jets are going to want to continue to just stay in the no huddle and bring it back over because, each time that they do it, they've had a significant advantage where it's been 3 wide receivers on only 2 defenders, and Cobb is able to come back on that one.
To the ground, and quickly the Jets just get into the red zone, 19-yard line. No pass option here. Hall open, but
easy.
Conklin finds some space, gets to the 3, and right now the Jets, they're taking absolutely all the space that they want from Buffalo.
Yeah, and it's just a matter of that. The Jets feel like, even though they have Hall, and Hall has been magnificent over the last couple of games, I'm feeling that the Jets just sense that they have such an advantage throwing the football that they have to go out of their way to give it to Hall. And I know that sounds weird, but they just really feel like there's been huge holes in the offensive game where their wide receivers can run free like they just did right now.
Yeah. Wilson, the receiver for that one. They should be able to tie this up with the PAT. It is up, and it is good. All tied up. We just passed the 2-minute warning here for the game, and Buffalo, they have the last look at this one as we again get to see their offense. But right now, both offenses are humming.
All right, we've got 1:57, and every game it looks like Buffalo has received. So the Jets trying to find something special. Oh, what a catch by Davis. He wasn't touched,
still
though.
up. Goodness. That could have done more damage as both of those defenders just kind of swiped past, not able to get a hand on the downed Davis there.
They just don't want to leave a bunch of time on the clock here. They want to. As soon as I say that.
Yep. I mean,
okay.
Wow.
I don't know about all that, just dropping down on the 20. I mean, maybe on the 5.
How many times have we seen that today? Like,
yeah, but the other one was because they were up a lot.
Yeah.
You know, like this one, they're definitely not up. Oh my gosh.
Oh wow. Yeah, I mean,
So,
I feel like you take the points here. This is,
yeah,
this is halfway through the game. Like you take that. Yeah, you gotta maybe defend one more time, but this is not the time to play the clock as if the game is going to end.
Yeah, I'm in agreement there. I mean, I think even if you are going to do that, you don't do it till you're on the 5 or the 1 or something, and you get 30 extra seconds out of the way. But now you're in a situation where you might not even score. Like, that's wild.
Yeah, 24 seconds left here. Completion there, and there was a moment there I thought Allen would actually take off. We haven't seen a lot of Allen scrambling for yardage here. Obviously,
and by
more than
we haven't seen a lot, you mean none.
Yeah, literally none. I was trying to give a little credit there. Yeah, no runs here by Allen, and has looked like a prim and proper pocket passer, as that one will be batted down by the defense. Part of the second. Good defense there. 20 seconds. 3rd and goal. And for Buffalo, I mean, you're really hoping that dropping down on the very clear run that you had doesn't come back to bite you here.
Yeah. I mean, they've got 20 seconds. They've got all their timeouts. It's a matter of can you score or not.
3rd and goal. One out wide on the right. Slot receiver on the left. Diggs in the tight end. That should be the run, and that should be. There it is. Allen will get there for the rushing touchdown, and that has been available, just has not been taken advantage of, and now it's an extra thing that you have to think about as a Jets defender.
The caster curse in full effect. As soon as we say that Allen has not done any running in any of the 3 games, comes out, gets you the touchdown with 15 seconds left, and now the Jets are going to try to do some Jets magic that we've seen from Lukestep, where they can get in field goal range with 15, 20 seconds on the clock.
Oh, the power of the caster curse or blessing, the power that we hold in our hands, Rob.
That's right.
15 seconds, 2 timeouts. This is definitely something where you could possibly get into field goal range. We'll see what the play call is here as we get this bunch formation. Looking for something across the field that will be just a little bit behind there. Couldn't get their hands on it. Knocked out of the hands of Wilson. Now 10 seconds left. Probably got 1 play and a timeout. You're trying to go for the field goal. It'll be difficult to lock down here, but a lot of these plays are taking a lot of time to develop. See
you only have
where
10
they want to
seconds.
We'll see where they want to take their shot. There will be a timeout used by Buffalo. They want to think this over, maybe reform the defense here. Well, there's absolutely no problem maybe giving up a little bit of yardage and potentially a field goal, but they do not want to get bamboozled into giving something up down the field that might result in a touchdown.
Yeah, it is a little bit surprising to see the linemen playing so inside, but there you go, 4 seconds. I mean, you're on the 50, so I mean, you're talking about like a 65-yard field goal, so
yeah,
this is definitely going to go to the end zone.
Timeout here called by Jets, I believe.
Yeah, the question is going to be like, do you want to put pressure or do you just want to play prevent, right? Like,
Yeah.
and if you're the user control, do you want to try to control somebody on the line? Possibly. I don't think so. I think you just kind of look. If they score from the 50, you got it, buddy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
a little bit
nope.
of time.
Try to get a little bit closer.
Like the idea there. 2 seconds left. We'll see if they have something else. I like the idea. You get about 10 to 12 yards just on that little slant, and you go down, but we'll be down the field. Ball is up. A group effort there, and it will be intercepted in the end zone. Won't look great on the stats, but it will not matter in terms of the gameplay here. Buffalo end the half with the lead, but the Jets will be the first ones with the ball in the second half.
Yeah, and we've seen the Jets in this position multiple times where are they able to just get a stop? Like any way, shape possible, interception, fumble, whatever, on downs, just get me one stop in the second half. And they have been able to not do that.
Yeah, for Buffalo, I mean, it's the end of the half, but that does count as a stop. I understand that, Jets really didn't have a ton of time, but this possession will be probably one of the more important ones of this game, considering that each of these games have come down to the last possession, the last few moments. You want to bury the New York Jets. Now is the drive to do it. Cobb on the move, motions to the right. Something to the corner. It will be Cobb, and they will get it, go down, and a nice chunk of yardage there for the first down.
Yeah, and this is just classic Jets. Like, they've decided that passing the football is going to be their best way to win this game, that the Bills are playing some sort of defense that's taking away all so much that let's just go back, let's just chuck the rock and see what happens. And obviously that gives the Bills a chance to be able to get their hands on the football, but they have not been able to do it so far.
Rips to the left. Ball lined up on the right side. Tight end on the right side of the line. Downfield options. The Y is open. It will be a completion. I thought the safety may have turned around in just the nick of time to knock it out, but it will be held on to.
Yeah, and this is a really good spot for the Jets. They can do whatever they want, pass, throw, run these little, underneath throws. 206 for Rodgers. They feel very, very comfortable throwing away their run game to be able just to give it. Oh, as soon as I say that, they get a go right up the middle.
That will be a first down, first and goal here, and ball never too far out of the game plan, and will maybe used right here. Right on the right side. Will it lead to a touchdown? It will. He stays up. And the Jets, well done.
Yeah, unable to really stop Hall when the few touches he's been able to get, but it's just obviously a back and forth affair. And who is it going to be that's going to go for two? Who is it going to be that is going to get this big play? Because right now, it's just a matter of both defenses really not doing too much of anything. And we've seen that both times the Bills have had the ball towards the end. It's just a matter of, can the Jets, maybe stop them, or can the Bills not shoot themselves in the foot?
All tied up here. Buffalo getting their first offensive possession of the half. Again, it will be up to Josh Allen to really put on the pressure here. Go. Back line won't get much there. In fact, loses a yard on that one. 2nd and 11.
Yeah, you're not going to make a living running against Williams. So, but now you've got a lot of men on this left side. Is Adams going to be able to get in there and do something with it? They're not throwing it or they are throwing it. They weren't running it anyway. And Davis lost him.
And no one's going to stop him there. Touchdown for the Bills, and that is one of those as a defensive back. You go for the interception. You tried to jump the route. sometimes you do that, the wide receiver ends up getting a little bit more than you planned, runs it all the way for the touchdown, and that one has to be a little painful there.
Well, we said in game one that and Davis is someone who can stretch the field, who can do really bad things to good people, and in that case, he was able to go the length of the field, and quickly, it is 28-21.
Not too many corners or safeties can really stop a player like that. The receivers on the left will be another screen, not nearly as much room as we've seen, as defense seemed pretty prepared for that, but a nice chunk of yards, 6 yards on the play.
Yeah, 6 yards on a screen pass that could have busted out. They're going to take that the whole time. And again, they have given up on the run essentially, but if you're able to just go across your body, dead eye completed, then who needs the run?
It's ridiculous how that works. How accurate that can be, that crossbody. Any fans of football, anyone that has played football, has always been told not to do that exact play, but when people can just pull it out of a hat like that, you just got to tip your cap to them. On the
when you're Aaron Rodgers, you get to make your own rules.
You get to do what you like, I guess. Hall not ready for that one, just couldn't quite turn their head, couldn't quite find the ball. That will fall harmlessly away. 2nd and 10. The receivers on the left side, the tight end on the line on the right, tight end Conklin. But a room will just go down with that one, but a great catch. And really, I feel like Conklin may be one of the more understated assets on this offense here. He's had a lot of impact in every game this series.
Yeah, he's able just to find the hole in the zone and just kind of sit in it, and is very happy to just, get this 11-yard catch here, 7-yard catch there, but it's like first down, and keep these drives going. So we're at 32 seconds, and I'm sure there's some math somewhere that I just don't know, but you've got to know, what a pass.
What a route.
To Wilson. But there's that touchdown on the board. What I was trying to get into was, how do you figure out how many possessions you're going to have, right? Like, before you have to start either going really fast or going really slow. Because I haven't seen the pace of either team really change that much. But I'm sure there's some math that says, it's 24 seconds on the clock now. With a tie game, can I feasibly run out the game right here, right? So if I can't feasibly run out the game here, then obviously you want to have a really big play, so you can try to get that last possession. But I think based on how Buffalo has been playing, they know they're going to score, right? So it's like, I think they want to go fast, but I'm just not quite sure that they're able to run out 5 minutes, 20 seconds. And right now, No Huddle's only running off 3 seconds. We'll see what happens if they let this all run out. Okay, so they didn't. So they think that they have to try to just score as quickly as they possibly can. And Davis is up and running around still.
It's not giving up any of these yards. Does not want to go down easy. And all tied up 28-28. And we are at a very similar point. And I think all of that description that you did is someone is probably making a lot of money calculating exactly what you were talking about of, the probability, average time of possession, the time of possession that you need, to maybe ice out a game like that. And Cook is going to be wanting to take this one directly, is not going to go down. They want the whole enchilada, and they will get it.
That's perfect. I think when we're talking about if Buffalo thinks to themselves, hey, we need to score as quickly as we possibly can because the average drive of the Jets is 3 minutes, 50 seconds or 4 minutes. I think it's got to be somewhere in there, 3 minutes-ish. That'll give us another minute 50 right now. So or a minute. Oh, what a
he
shank.
slipped it. Wow. That, I mean, that one's just a mental mistake there. I'm not
Yeah, and that's
sure.
really bad because that probably cuts like a minute off of their drive time. So now, like, before you would be getting the ball back with like a minute and you're guaranteed to run out the clock, even if you kick a field goal. Now it's like, okay, well, if they score, now it's like 2 minutes and you might leave some time in the clock.
Yeah, so obviously penalty for kicking it out of play. That will be put on the 41-yard line, I guess.
15-yard penalty.
All right, well, 2nd and 9. And Buffalo having all of the momentum here.
Yeah, and now the Jets are in a spot where they have to try to score as quickly as they possibly can. But he's going out of bounds. So, like, I'm not sure, like, what the thought process is, because if, on one hand, if you're trying to say I need to score as quickly as possible, like, yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, well, right now, I mean, the Jets, I think to your point, they want to score quickly. They know that they don't want to leave Buffalo with the final possession here, especially because of how their defense has played this game specifically. You want to kind of run the clock ahead. But again, I'm a favorite target as of late.
Well, plenty of time. Now you've got 4 minutes. If your average drive time is, like I said, about 3 minutes, then you don't want to do too much right now. Because if I'm fairly certain that Buffalo can hold the ball for 3 minutes. So right now, you really, I mean, I know you're audibling and all this other stuff, but like you need to score right now, or you're never getting the ball back.
Rodgers is going to run. That needs to dive, but they'll slide, I think.
Yeah, heard the footsteps.
Listen, you're not the one taking the damage. I think Aaron Rodgers can run a few more yards there and take a hit. Flag there on play.
Definitely want to decline that.
Interesting goal. Was that a delay game? Was that a motion thing? What happened? They're back a little bit further now, but it's not going to matter. Conklin is able to hold on to it. Yeah, and from any downer distance, they will score.
Yeah, and I mean, this is... if I'm the Jets, it's like, okay, well, we're going to give them the ball back with 3:12. Buffalo, your only job in life right now is to run off 3 minutes and 12 seconds. If you do anything that is not running off 3 minutes and 12 seconds, you have made a terrible, terrible mistake. So obviously you can still throw the ball around. You've got 3 timeouts. You can do all this good stuff, but you want to use the clock as you get over the 50-yard line. If you want to run fast before the 50, great. But once this is over the 50-yard line, it's we're going to slow this boy down. We're going to put on some R&B tunes. We're going to get comfortable, and we're going to slow it down a little bit.
Get comfortable, they will.
That's right.
29-yard line here, 1st and 10, and Allen has to kind of revert his role, become the best game manager I've ever seen. Cook the run.
Beautiful call. I love it.
Down. Would not be surprised if we start seeing timeouts being used here as the clock is winding down. You still do have the 2-minute warning, obviously, in about 30 seconds.
Look at this hole.
And that is a hole. Again, going to be brought down. And Buffalo has surprisingly had some very wide open running lanes. Much to the chagrin of Jordooo, yeah. Holy.
All right, so 2-minute warning. So now the concern, if you are the Jets, is obviously, they hold the ball, they kick a field goal, all this. But if you're Buffalo, the concern is that you get stuffed, you have to kick a field goal, and they call timeouts, right? So, like, right now, okay, so now they've got a timeout. You're at a minute 57. You've got to convert this. If you can convert this, you probably win the game.
It really is. You actually kind of want to sell out here and make and beat you over the top.
remember, Buffalo has not gone to that interior slot play yet.
Ooh. Oh.
Ooh.
Well, not a sack. It does look like Allen did get that ball away, so it will be an incompletion.
Nightmare scenario.
Yeah.
3rd and 11. The Jets
11.
still get to keep their 2 timeouts, and you've got to convert. If you convert, you probably win. If you don't convert, you probably lose. Like, it is all on the line right now.
Right now, very much out of field goal range. 63-yard field goal, something like that. Right side, it will be Knox. Knox stays in bounds. Will get the first down. What a play.
Great high IQ play to not go out of bounds. So now the clock just runs. We give this ball to Cook. We put this ball wherever we need it to be for the run. Oh, and now he's not going to score. He's just going to go down. And the clock is still running. Buffalo is so. Here's a reason
the Jets
that Buffalo
want to use a timeout here.
So, like I said, here's the reason that Buffalo and the Jets are not calling timeouts, because for them, they feel like it doesn't matter anyway. Like, they're either going to miss this field goal or they're not. So for me, though, I'd call the timeout because I want to have to run the football a couple of times, and I can get a couple hits, and maybe I can get a fumble. But yeah, that should have been done before.
Yeah, I was about to say, if on your logic, they shouldn't have called a timeout. They should have just tried to block. But now they've wasted so much time not calling the timeout.
Yeah, it doesn't matter anymore. Like, now you get only one more.
Anymore.
Yeah. So on this one, so I'm actually shocked. So in that situation, you do not ever want to give it to the running back, because the running back has an opportunity to get tackled. So you just take a knee, but you just put it wherever you need it to go. So that way you don't actually get tackled, and then possibly fumble it, because there's like 0.00% chance that you fumble it when you need the football. So granted, it didn't turn into a fumble there, but like, you also that's just not a smart play. You just want to take a knee.
Well, they call a timeout on the 21, so this will be about a 38 38-yard field goal.
Very doable.
Very doable. And icing the kicker for the Jets. I love to see it. That is their last time out. Your best blocking play, if possible. Let's see if they do.
Remember, they did squib one on the kickoff, right? Oh, no.
It's a good one. It is up. It is middle of the uprights. It will be the Buffalo Bills getting the victory. It will be Jordooo outlasting Lukestep and the New York Jets. They will move on to the final round. They will qualify.
Excellent play for both teams. It ended up coming down to the very end like we thought it would. There's really just not much to say, because, I mean, it was like in this last game, the defenses really just didn't figure out how to stop the other offense, and it was going to be a matter of kind of playing the clock. And that's why when we were discussing, like, hey, like, how do we play right now? Do we play slow? Do we play fast? And I think that was really the biggest question going in to this game is, do we need to play ball control or not? And it turned out to be that, in the end, great field goal kicking on the side of Jordooo to be able to pull this one out, but that was a nail biter. It was by no means was that a decided game really at any point.
Yeah, absolutely. It felt like, you know, it went to the wire. It felt like both of these teams really poured their heart out here and delivered a great product to watch, for sure. A great product to cast as well. So again, congrats to both of these teams, and Lukestep making the New York Jets look like a team that I wish we would have seen during the actual season.
Hey, they about to interview me, bro.
But unfortunately not able to get that, but we will be seeing Jordooo in the next game. And they are playing Noah, you talked about it earlier, Noah, the Kansas City Chiefs. So we are eventually going to get that that Chiefs and Buffalo Bills game yet. We thought we would get it earlier. We finally get it here.
Yeah, and his opponent in the finals, Noah up next, is not anybody to mess around with. Noah will embarrass you quickly. Is a professional Madden player, has accolades all over the place, has tens of thousands of dollars in winnings from Madden, and it is not something where you're going to be able to make the kind of mistakes that you might have made previously on defense and expect that to work when you're playing against Noah in the finals. So he's also playing with the Chiefs, so we're going to see how he gets Travis Kelce involved versus what we saw from Buffalo trying to get Stephon Diggs involved and so on and so forth. But I've just seen and I'm very familiar with Noah's game, and we'll see what Jordooo can do. Jordooo played very strong against Lukestep, but he's going to have to play better if he wants to beat Noah, who has not dropped any games so far.
Yeah, absolutely. You'd hope in a game like this that 38 would be enough to take down the Kansas City Chiefs and Noah, but it might not. We don't know. It might be a scoring bonanza. It might be a defense that's actually able to slow Jordooo down. But as of right now, we have one more best of 3 yet to play. We are going to take a little bit of a break here to get things set up. We will take a moment. So we will leave you guys, wondering what that matchup is going to look like, and we will talk to you very soon.